Went to a sale at the garden center today, kind of an end of the season thing, and got this, Hosta cucutii. I've had my eye on it all season, but it was $20, which I think is a bit steep for a hosta. But at the end of the season, I got it for only $12. I still think that's a bit high. So what I'm going to do is show you how to save money in the garden. I'm going to show you how to multiply this hosta. And next season, you'll have 4, 5, or 6 of them for the price of one. The first step is to hydraulically mine away the soil. We're going to wash it with a hard jet of water and wash as much of this potting soil off the ball as we can so we can see the roots and rhizomes inside it. To do that, we just use a hard jet of water. Once you've got all or most of the soil washed off your hosta, you'll begin to see where the roots are and where the rhizomes are. And you may be able to just simply break it apart. Some hostas divide more easily than others. Hostas, of course, spread by rhizomes. What we're seeing here mostly are roots. The rhizomes are these thick, fleshy-looking roots in the inside. We need to separate those, and each piece needs to have some roots associated with it. When we take them apart, each one of these pieces will grow into a new plant next season. Once we've got them divided into a number of pieces, we're going to put them into a solution of Super Thrive or root stimulator. These chemicals contain rooting hormones and vitamin B complex vitamins that aid in the rooting and help to eliminate transplant shock. By the way, I said we're doing this at the end of the season. I've done this to hostas in midsummer. They're very tough, even though they're very expensive. We put them right in there and let them set for a while, and then we'll take them and plant them like good, expensive bare root plants. We'll dig a hole, we'll make a mound of soil in the bottom of the hole, and we'll spread these roots out over that cone or that mound of soil in the bottom, and then backfill it and water it again. These, of course, will die off in the fall, but next spring we'll have 5, 6, 7, or 8 Hosta cucutii, all for the price of one. Now that method of hydraulically mining a hosta apart is a good method for separating small plants, perennials, daylilies, Siberian irises, hostas, coreopsis, things like that. But what if your grandmother has a nice shrub in her yard and you'd like a piece of it just for, sentimental value? In this case, it's my mother's Navusia. I've always liked this plant, and they're not very common in the nursery trade. What I'm going to do is cut out a pie-shaped piece of this plant and take it home with me. But first, of course, I'm going to dip it in that bucket full of hormones, rooting compounds, to eliminate transplant shock. I'll leave the parent plant in place and just get a piece of it to put in my yard. Of course, I could dig up the whole plant and separate it into numerous pieces, but in this case, the parent plant will be undisturbed, and I'll bring this piece home with me. Other plants that you can divide the way we did this Navusia are called old-fashioned plants, the ones that sucker up from the base and spread wider and wider. Plants like lilac, privet, mock orange, fragrant sumac, to name just a few. Remember, you can save money in the garden, and you can save memories from the garden. All you have to do is multiply by dividing.